Hey, my name is Landon with Build Idaho, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about what to look for in a horse property. First thing is pretty basic. You obviously need to make sure that the terrain will support it, that it's not too steep or mountainous. Most of the land here in the valley, though, will support livestock. Second thing to look for is fencing. You want to make sure the property is fenced in unless you are equipped and have the budget to install your own fencing. Third thing to look for would be that the CC&Rs, the codes and covenants restrictions of the neighborhood, need to allow for livestock or horses, and generally they're pretty specific here in the valley. If it's a property with half acre or more, they're going to have stipulations around what is allowed in the community. Some good things to look for as well when you're buying a horse property is shelter. Idaho's climate does get pretty cold in the winter and we get a lot of wind. So ideally you would have some kind of wind blockage or covered shelter for the horses to go in when the temps do drop below freezing. And you also need a shelter that will cover your hay so that when it rains your hay doesn't build up mildew and ideally, is dry through the winter time. It's also great if you have some kind of pasture that's irrigated, which means you need to look into the water rights of the property. If the pasture is irrigated, then you don't need to buy as much hay, and that'll save you money throughout the year. And it's just healthy for the horses to transition back and forth. I think they enjoy being able to graze. The last thing to make sure is that you're not trying to support too many horses with too little acreage. So the acre per horse depends largely on whether or not you're going to feed them with hay, if you've got water rights in irrigated pasture, and what the codes and covenants will allow in the community that you're moving into. So all in all, that's just a couple things to look for when you're searching for a horse property here in the valley. And if you have any more questions, feel free to give me a call.